Hi, it's Wednesday night. I've just taught my fencing class, and I thought I'd just record a quick note um, before turning in for the night. We've just found out that the U.S.-Iran negotiations scheduled for Friday are being moved from Turkey to Oman, and the reason the Iranians gave for wanting to move from Turkey to Iran is that they didn't want their ballistic missile program to be under discussion. They wanted this to focus on the Iranian nuclear program. Now, it's important for us to remember, and I say this a lot because it needs saying a lot, that the Iranian nuclear program, Iran doesn't need it. It's a prestige program. Having nuclear weapons is a huge liability for the Iranians because, as we have observed, the weapons program itself is a target for attack. We saw the United States put in some serious attack on it. We've seen the suspicious explosions in the past that have been attributed to the Israelis. We've seen the cyber attacks against the Iranian nuclear program over the years. If they actually had nuclear weapons, then it would be a matter of priority for the Israelis to destroy them. And of course, if they had them secretly and never used them, the Israelis very likely have got submarines not far from Iran, capable of launching nuclear weapons into Iran. So Iran, as a matter of prestige, as a matter of policy, feels the need to have a nuclear weapons program, but they don't want it to achieve the theoretical aim of actually building nuclear weapons. So if this negotiation is going to be Iran agreeing to freeze their nuclear program indefinitely, or for a period of time, it's going to take us back to where the Iran nuclear deal was, that was arrived at during the Obama administration. And that's, I guess, fine, as long as you don't mind the Iranians building theater ballistic missiles and possibly using them against the Israelis again. Not that it did the Iranians much good, but continuing to sell them to the Russians. And we're starting to get the feeling, I think, that Iran might get out of this with some of their proxies intact. The Houthis, perhaps, if not Hezbollah, although I think Hezbollah is going to be there. Nobody seems able to wish them out of existence, least of all the Lebanese government. So I guess what that leaves us is, as the Iranians are signaling now, the only thing they're willing to negotiate away is their nuclear weapons program, and presumably they will find a form of words which permit them to have a program, but just freeze it in place. The American government has said there must have no more enrichment, and the Iranians will have some deal whereby someone gives them nuclear fuel that is enriched sufficiently to have a nuclear reactor but not make weapons, and they will work on building a nuclear reactor that won't be a danger to anyone. Not that anybody trusts the Iranians not to keep a nuclear weapons program going in secret, but it looks like that's where we're going. So right now, the Iranians are signaling they're only willing to talk about their nuclear program. It would be very hard to take their proxies away from them, which was very much an Israeli demand. And I think there is not necessarily the will on the part of the US to push the Iranians very hard on their ballistic missiles. So we'll see how this develops over the next couple of days. I'm recording this at just before midnight GMT on Wednesday night, and there's a lot of time before they're meant to sit down now in Oman. We'll see how that goes. Talk to you soon.